Hello, fellow leaders and potential historians. Welcome to Let's Play Civilization 3. I'm your host, Emmanuel, or Eman, and we're going to play a game of Civilization 3. And goddammit, we're going to finish that game. Whether we win or lose, we will see it through. It's going to be a standard game. Regular settings, standard is 8 players. I like to mix up the board. Everything else will be random. Standard size is 8. Could be a lot of islands, could be 2 big continents, could be a Pangea. We're on shore, and just like in life, there's no guarantees. We're going to play what we get dealt. As for our civilization, we're going to go through these in detail in future episodes. But again, we're going to play random. We're going to be playing what we are dealt, with a standard rule set. We can win by domination. We can win by a space race. We can win diplomatically. We can win by conquest. Or culturally. The wonder victory will be off. We'll preserve the random seed, which means no reloads. We're not going to reload anyways, as we said. We're going to play this honorably. We're going to see this through. We'll allow cultural conversions and scientific leaders. This is the standard set as far as I know. Our rivals will be random. We'll discover them as they come. And we're going to be playing today on Monarch. Regent is the fair way when you are playing against the computer. It is evenly matched. Monarch gives them a bonus, and it goes up from there. It scales. The bonus that the AI gets increases as you go up. So we'll be playing on, as you could say, medium difficulty. We'll give them a advantage and us a handicap. AI aggression will be set to normal. Let's see what we get. It is the year 4000 BC. Your ancestors were nomads, but over the generations your people have learned the secrets of farming, road building, and irrigation, and they are ready to settle down. Smoke Hagwar, your people are industrious and agricultural, and you have recently mastered masonry and pottery. The people have vested absolute power in you, trusting that you can build a civilization to stand the test of time. God, those words rock. I love it. Test of time. And truly, Civilization is a long game. This is not, we don't hop in and out of this in 30 minutes. These are long games usually, and it's built with politics, conquest, trade, diplomacy, economics, management, and leadership over time, with a whole lot of history. So we are playing the Mayans in this case, and our people are industrious and agricultural. And these are these are traits that a civilization can have, just like any video game. Industrious means our workers will build a little faster, and agricultural means we get more food and our cities and towns will grow faster. These are 2 great traits. This is a wonderful start. Masonry and pottery are 2 different scientific techs, and we'll get into that scientific tree when we start our research here in just a moment. But first, let's look at our board. We have a settler and a worker to start. To look at this, we have a couple grasslands here. If you look closely, you can see 2 green dots and a bar. That is a bonus grassland. These are good to have. We have some deer here. That provides extra food. Game, deer. All in all, this is pretty decent. There's some fresh water here. It might be reasonable to walk towards it. If you settle on fresh water, your cities can naturally grow to the 2nd tier from towns to cities. And this could be ocean. One way to find out is to explore with our worker. And that's another good thing about having your city on the ocean is you're automatically open to sea trade. It's not really necessary. You can put your 2nd city there if you like. I think freshwater would take priority. However, spending 2 turns to get over to this freshwater to settle is 2 turns that we really can't get back. So what do we have for an advantage? We have these 2 bonus grasslands and the food here. That's pretty good. The city itself will definitely be producing. If this was all desert, this would be really bad. And we would have to chase the freshwater or the ocean. But I think here, we can absolutely just settle. That's what we're going to build a city. Chichen Itza. And there's a preloaded script of city names. You can change it, but we'll just be using the Mayan names for this playthrough. Chichen Itza, founded 4000 BC. This is the screen for managing your towns. you can see how much gold you have, the population of the city, the year, the government type, strategic resources available to the city, the improvements made. Your capital starts out with the palace. And if you right click, you can go to the buildings and you can view what they do as bonuses and such. But for this case, this is our capital. It means no corruption, and that's a joke, huh? No corruption in your capital. In the case of civilization, your city will grow the fastest if it is your capital, for the most part. The highlighted one with the food there, that is the worked tile. So we have one person and they're working this tile. I can click this and he'll turn into a different type of unit. This is a specialist, an entertainer. He makes people happy. Tax collectors get more money. Scientists do more research. But then we can reassign them by clicking a different tile. For example, we can click here. So this one's giving us 2 food, 1 shield. This one's giving us 2 food, 2 shields. This is a much better tile, so we're going to stick with this. Shields are used for producing units and buildings. This warrior costs 10 shields. I found that out by right-clicking there. We're getting 2 shields a turn. It's about 4 turns to get this done. We get another shield from our capital as well. This tile here, where you settle your city, is always worked. You cannot not work it. So choosing good tiles to settle on is your free resources, and then your worker or your civilians work the tiles around them. So this this particular setup right now is our fastest growth and our fastest production. So we're going to leave it just like that. And if I click here, I could scroll through some options for build. We could start the pyramids, the Great Pyramids, because we already know masonry. A good plan, though, would be to explore the area around us, so we are going to stick with the warrior, and warriors are your basic military units. We're going to do... Your worker can improve the tiles that are being worked by your civilians. Those improvements will make them produce more shields, gold, food, as well as they can build roads to allow your units to move quicker and to connect your cities so that your resources can be traded between them. So we're going to move up to the game just to build a road there. I noticed my unit moved quickly. That's from my prior settings. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the preferences to animate our moves just so we can get some of them in there. When we get to the later points of the game where there's hundreds of units and lots and lots and lots of movement, we will probably turn that back off. But for now, let's go there. We can't move anymore. But what we can do is we can go to our advisors and we can go through our science. So for now, this is our domestic advisor, which is our gold and spending and how our cities are doing. We can see Chichen Itza, make it a warrior. This is like your quick look screen, and when you have hundreds of cities, you can scroll through and see how they're all doing. Instead of scrolling across the map and clicking on each city, we can adjust our scientific spending. And we're going to set it to 100. We're going to spend all of our excess gold on scientific research for now. In the early game, that's not that bad. There are strategies for other different things, but that's our plan for now, is to spend money on science and then go down to the scientific advisor and do some research. So there are many options here that we're going to go through. We'll just talk about these as we learn them, so it's not a data dump, but I am going to rush literature. This is typically the strong strategy. We're playing up. I like to start here, at least until I know what is around me. So if I need to change from alphabet to bronze working, I can. If I need to finish alphabet and stop writing, I can. But the Great Library from literature is probably the best wonder in the game. So chasing that is typically the safe and most optimal route. And that is it for this turn. That's a lot. Let's see. So the tile itself here is good. We can chop the forest. That will add shields from the forest to the city, which will speed up production. And then this tile will become a plains, just like these ones over here. And you can see because it's kind of brown around the edges. So that will make 1 food, 1 shield. And then the game will provide a food. So it's actually good as is. I just want to build a road on it connect it, and I'll get some commerce off the road. 3 turns till warrior. 2 turns till warrior. 1 turn till warrior. Some of your early turns will be like this. It's slow. But now we have a warrior. The top number is how long until your city grows in population. So we'll go from 1 to 2. And then we would have 2 civilians to work 2 tiles, which will effectively double our production. And the bottom number is how fast until you until you build your next building or unit. So let's take our warrior and do some exploring. Move him down. If you stand on a mountain or a hill, you get 2 range on your sight. So stepping on there is good because now I can see more of the map. And these are huts. They can provide either some gold or a map or scientific tech. Sometimes they'll give you a unit or a settler. And then on the flip side, they can also surprise you with an ambush from barbarians. So they're kind of hit or miss. We're going to take our work and go to one of those bonus grasslands. Grasslands provide 2 food. Bonus grasslands are 2 food and a shield. So these bonus grasslands are probably the best tile, really, that you can get. And we see there's 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. So like this might be a good spot for a city. This over here, it's kind of hard to see, is spices, which is a luxury resource. If I connect to that, it will make my people happy naturally. These are dyes, same thing. They're a luxury resource. Having access to each one gives you more happy faces. And happy faces are willing to work. We are going to go for those huts because we're hoping for a bonus, but if we get barbarians, we're on a hill, we're on a mountain, and mountains provide a massive defensive bonus, and fighting off those barbarians will be hopefully easy experience points. Our worker over here is going to build a mine. A mine makes a tile produce 1 extra shield, so that will become a 2 food, 2 shield tile. Angry warriors. That's a bummer. It was kind of expected, though. If this warrior goes for our worker, though, we're going to have to move our worker so he doesn't get killed. That's kind of a bummer. Hopefully he will attack my warrior. Let's find out. Oh. I think they're going for the city. That one came on us. That was good. Ugh, yeah, not good. Not good. So we're gonna have to probably move that worker. Well, we got a warrior. We can try to defend it. Why not? We'll just go there. We'll hope for the defense. Our warrior down here took 1 point of damage, and that's why his bar is yellow. He's at 2 out of 3 hit points. These barbarians they have a maximum of 2, and we could try to fight them off. I'm not sure if we should fortify or if we should go for the kill on this one. I think we should fortify and use them to explore and try to defend over here. So we'll see how this plays out. There's a mountain. Okay. That was good. Just having the warrior there deterred the barbarian from attacking our exposed worker, so that's good. Do some more exploring. We're going to fortify. That gives him a defensive bonus while he protects that worker. The worker's underneath him. Still working. Our borders expanded because of our culture. Culture is produced by a few buildings. The palace is one of them. And you need culture to expand your borders. So now our city has access to all of these tiles to work from our civilians. It won't let us use these tiles when we expand again, but at least we'll own them and we can use them for other cities or just site and access to the resources within them. So if I built a road to this tile here, either of these tiles, I wouldn't be able to use it because I don't own the tile. It needs to be within my borders. Otherwise I have to build a colony, which takes a worker, and that's a different advanced strategy, but when this expands, they will be inside my zone of control. So, worker's done with the mine. And now if we click, we have 2 food, 2 shields. That's good, just like this one. So, see, they're both producing. And now we can make workers and warriors much faster. We're able to road here, get that commerce bonus. Built a warrior, that's good. So we have 1, 2, 3 warriors and a worker. A settler will let you build another city. They cost 2 population. We're only at 2. We can't go to 0, so we need to wait till we get to 3. Or we need to time it so that we get to 3 when the settler is done building. I think we should go with a granary in this case. And what the granary does is it halves the amount of food that you need to grow. You need food to grow your city and grow the population. So we're in this spot where a settler is in 6 turns, but we're not going to grow for 9. We would be stalled for a few turns on the settler. So rather than waste those turns, I'd like to invest in the granary. This particular warrior we're going to leave as our defense on the town. Go exploring up here. Oh, there's another hut. That's good. Another reason I want to stop on the warriors is I'm only allowed 4 units for my one city. Different governments allow you to have different amounts of units per city. In this case, for despotism, it's 4 units per city or town. Town, city, and metropolis is all 4. And those are the tiers. Goes town, city, metropolis. That's above 6 is a city, and above 12 is a metropolis. Our worker's done building the road. We're going to come back over here, and we're going to chop these trees. And that's going to add some shields to speed up that granary. Ooh, these huts gave us a technology. Ceremonial burial. Let's go look at that. Religious civilizations start the game with ceremonial burial. It allows me to build temples. Temples produce 1 content face, making 1 unhappy citizen content. They provide 2 culture per turn, and they cost 1 gold per turn, for a total of 60 shields to build it. Culture allows them to grow, and the faces make your town happy so that people will keep growing. If too many people in your city are unhappy, it will turn into riots, and the city won't produce anything. So we got that tech for free, which is nice. So see, you can get like a free tech, or you can fight barbarians. It's kind of a, you never know. 3 turns to chop, 10 turns for the granary. We'll see. We're gonna get, I think it's 20 shields, or it's 10 shields from the forest. We'll find out. So 2 more turns there. Think about where to put the second city too. My warriors get pretty far away. My second city should be kind of close. You don't want to go too far. You should kind of, expand around here and here first, maybe up here, and you just grow. This bonus resources and these bonus resources are attractive. This tile's attractive. The fresh water is good, but the marshes and jungles can disease your cities, making them harder to grow. Coast is good if we want to build some boats and explore. These bonus food from the fruit, that city could grow very fast if I could clear these jungles. So jungle takes a long time to clear. Forests is it's either half or a third. It's like a lot less than the jungles. So it's kind of, we're in kind of tough spot. And then mountains we can't settle on. So this is it's not the best start. Our starting city is good, but all this extra growth room is just not very good. I'm wondering if maybe over here is cleaner. We've got 10 shields for the forest, and that went right into this box towards the granary, cut off a few turns, and under it was a bonus grassland, which is very good. Ooh, another hut. That's good to find. Grapes for wines. That's another bonus luxury resource. That'll make our people happy if we can get to it. Ooh, Cherokee warriors. Lots of barbarians. All fortified. Okay. I know they have a method. I can't remember what it is. They'll attack one direction, they'll move another direction, they'll fortify another, depending on where you're standing. So like if I move here, this one might attack me, and this one might not. This one might stay fortified. I can't remember exactly which way they work. Okay, still fortified. If I go here, I'm still exploring and figuring out what they do. This one, I think we can go have him explore now. Because if he moves, I'll just protect him with the other one. Granary in 1 turn. Okay, he moved. Okay, so they're willing to attack this way in a line. So one moved and the other attacked. Alright, 5 turns for settler. We can do that. Where are we? With Mayans? Oh, we're in 7th. 7th out of 8th. That's not too good. Well, let's go there and protect him. We're going to fortify here and hopefully not die to that barbarian. You also notice that we're losing 1 gold per turn. Now, that is for our granary that we built. It's costing us 1 gold per turn. Oh, he did not make it. Let's see. That's another good tile, so how are we doing? 1, 2, 3. The hill looks decent. The hill's on fresh water at least, so this tile right here would give us expansion and it would grow naturally from the river and give us access to the ocean. So it's not bad. I think these resources is probably cleaner. I need to explore this out to figure out if there's any safe tile to really use here. This might be a mess to clean up and use. I think I'm going to go this way. Let's get away from that. Try to pull the warrior. There we go, nice. That takes care of the barbarian. And then we'll send him off to explore. The worker over here. I'm going to build a road first in this case. And my thought is, moving along a road increases the range your units can move. So if I have a road there, my units can move from the city faster here, so I can settle quicker. There's that other barbarian going for a town. Let's try the same strategy. I think what it is they'll always attack on this line. And maybe it's this line. And they always fortify on these cross lines. Yeah, okay, so you attacked across. Pretty sure that's what it is. It has a good, you can learn how to like place your guys to keep them safe. Back to exploring. So we got the road there. This part's where I get stuck with my workers sometimes. So you want to use your worker movements effectively and efficiently. I'm likely to settle my city over here. I should probably start working on the road to this tile. It's going to expose them because I don't know what's here. It could be barbarians, but they can't move through the forests quickly to attack me, so I might move here, see barbarians, have to move back, and retreat. My town is working 3 tiles that are improved tiles, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm about to spend my civilians on making a settler, so the town's going to go down anyways. Yeah, let's go for the road. Ooh, that's a good find. Whales provide 2 gold, 2 shields. Or excuse me, 2 food and 1 shield. This is like, it's a very good tile to work. Problem is you have to settle like right next to it. I'd have to do this, or this tile. This one will be too far away. So I could sell that city right here, not have to clear this forest, be connected, get the resource, and be able to expand to this. That seems very good. That'll save us a lot of time. So that worker action, again, he explored, but it was kind of a waste. So, we'll figure out what to do with him next turn. Alright, let's go for a warrior. We got to replace the one we have, because the one we have is going to move with the settler. We're going to go there and settle. We're definitely going to chase that whale. Let's see. These tiles are all not very good. If I settle here, I'll have access to this tile, though, so I think if I go back... I also need to clear these because of disease. So let's clear this tile up. Yeah, this is gross. Jungles and marshlands are not optimal tiles. It takes 16 turns to clear wetlands. Ooh. That's a long time. We're going to have to build another worker. Let's see. 3 turns to grow, 3 turns for a warrior. 3 turns to worker. Let's do another worker over here, because we have all these jungles to deal with. We definitely need more workers. Build city, Kaban. So yeah, our workers have completed a road to bring spices to Chichen Itza. This will make the citizens there happy, so that's good. And they're already connected. If your city's connected, and it's not your capital, so all of your other cities, their one unit will be happier because you're connected. So you want to connect your towns, and you want to get luxury resources to keep your people happy, so they will grow the cities, or they'll grow the towns to cities. And we're gonna build a warrior to replace the one that was over here. If we go to our military advisor, F3, we can see now too we have 2 towns, so we can have up to 8 units. So we have plenty of room to grow our army. That's good. Workers count as military units. Something to keep in mind. Our gold is being reduced. We're down to 3 now, and that's because we're paying for that granary over here. But that's okay, because that granary is going to keep us producing a lot of food and a lot of civilian units, which are workers and settlers. So we're going to have to reduce our scientific spending here in a couple turns. Right, we got writing. Excuse me, we got alphabet. Now we're going to go for writing. Let's go here. All right, with that bonus grassland isn't bad. So this hill, I think, still is a very good tile to go for. It fits with sharing all the tiles and using them. It'll let us use that. We won't be able to get this food, though. So this one's going to grow from being on the river. But I think we're going to put one here as well, eventually, so we can get this fish tile, which is extra food and gold. Extra food, rather. Plus, we got to get down here these dyes. We want to capture as many of these luxury resources as we can. Okay, we got our worker. Go for another warrior. That being said, I could use my worker here to kind of clean up these tiles faster, because they'll stack. So 16 turns with 1, it would be 8 with 2. I don't think my settler is going to be out that fast. 4 turns for warrior, 5 turns to grow. Then we got to get to 3. I think this is one of those cases where I should help rather than work a second tile. So I'm going to do it while we're exploring the rest of the area around us too. Right, we're at 0, so we have to reduce our science first. 1, 2 puts us at 0, so we're break even. But now we're getting writing in 41 turns instead of 34. Six turns to clear that? Yeah, that's actually perfect. That way, and then we get both of them out working some more of these tiles. Build the warrior. We can do a worker in 5. I think that's a good idea too. With all this jungle, going for the next worker. And this city right now is really going to struggle to get to 3 population. It has these grasslands, but it doesn't have any bonuses or irrigation. So cleaning these up so we can use extra grass will be beneficial. All right. Okay, so we're not really on an island. We haven't met anybody yet. I don't see any borders down here. You can hug the the edges here, and if you see this colored line, you can tell that somebody's settling the land. We haven't seen any neighbors yet. This land down here is nice. I want to grow that way, like down and over. Kind of block this off for later. And even if AI came up here and settled this land sucks. They can have it. I don't even want it. Same with this. It's all jungle. It's trash. I think we should follow down this river and come out into this. This is forest, which is much easier to cut and work. And I can see grasslands down here, plus another resource. So definitely, I think we're just going to come straight down. And the reason I wanted to figure this out ahead of time is these workers are coming up on being done. We got to figure out what the next project's going to be. We got to figure out how we're going to grow our cities here. because we have no idea what the AI is even doing yet. We don't know what civilizations they're playing as. So we definitely, there's planning you can do before you meet your neighbors, and this is part of it. This little like map exploration. I do wish this warrior that was out here earlier survived, but that's the game. That's it sometimes. So we just crossed 30 minutes. I think this is a good spot to kind of pause and process some of the stuff we talked about. So I'm going to end the video here, and that's episode 1. Hopefully you'll join me for episode 2. Future leaders, warlords, politicians, diplomats, and traders. We got a lot we can do with this game. As you've already seen, there's a lot that you can manage, and we haven't even seen another civilization yet. So until next time,